It has been 10 months since the death of Miriam Hearthspear, the first knight of the Knights of the Realms. The world has slipped further into chaos, into what is being called the Great Turmoil. Armies march in all corners of the world, both beastly and human. The realm of United Kings, historically stable and stalwart, was shattered and splintered as the 40 monarchs were succumbed to assassination, overthrow, and displacement. Their lack of leadership has all but dissolved the efficacy of the United Federation of Realms, leaving each realm to fend for itself. Refugees fled from realms lost to those defending their borders, creating more and more desperate situations. In other realms, resistance has worked. The realms of Oakhart, Marcatia, and Poplona have successfully thwarted hostile takeovers. In all the realms, the de facto defensive force has been the Knights of the Realms. With the need so great, open recruitment and enlistment has led many to claim the name Knight of the Realm. Many more lose the title upon falling in battle. The number of knights climbs every day as the world becomes more fraught, and the armies of good mount their best resistance. With the sudden explosion in members, new problems have surfaced, and those with the bond of knighthood might not be all that they seem. One realm, known for its peaceful demeanor and gorgeous geography, Castor, has successfully defended its borders from an onslaught of shadow creatures early in the times of the Great Turmoil. Sandy beaches, tropical cities, and inviting inhabitants remain intact thanks to the swift action of Principal Order Decius. The Castorian army, in conjunction with the Knights of the Realm, hold a secure, narrow border in the city of Penelope, betwixt a seaside cliff and the harrowing mountains of Spite. With the war effort finished, life has returned to this vivacious realm. Business continues, citizens socialize in the busy cities, and the festivities of seasons carry on. One thing that remains is the power of the Principal Order, given oversight of the realm at the start of the conflict by the Legion of Elders. A knight of the realm himself, Principal Order Decius, now seeks a new enemy within. Spies, infiltrators, and agents of chaos have been caught sowing seeds of distrust in all the realms, including in Castor. First Knight Sora McIntyre has convened a secret council to oversee counterintelligence operations in a hope to slow the spread of evil in this time of great turmoil. It is here, in a warm and humid jungle outside of Castor City, in a great temple, that we meet our first set of heroes in this story: Igneous, Yenni Donk, Aryx Climeclaw, Dierdre Selenka, and Biscuit. Along with their fearless leader, Alistair Slate, they have navigated a harrowing forgotten temple in search of a necromancer named Vilnius. They give a final heave against a locked door, bursting into a vast chamber full of open tombs and stolen loot. Vilnius sees the group and raises his staff, summoning to life the dead around him. "This is it, team. We take Vilnius alive. He's no use to us dead," gnashes Alistair as he draws his great axe overhead. Roll initiative!
Oh, boy.
Dang, right off the bat. All right.
Biscuit rolled a 4.
24. A nat 20.
Aryx got a 6.
Igneous has a 15.
Yenni has a 10.
All right. So first up, coming in through the doors, you see that there are 6 zombies now animated to life. Vilnius stands on a pile of looted gold and trinkets. Dierdre is first.
So I would like to attempt to kind of stealth my way into the room.
Okay.
And with the intention of attacking from behind and hopefully getting that sneak attack. That's what I want to do. Now, for me to get that bonus, I have to have somebody else engaged so that I get advantage? Or how does that work?
You have to have advantage somehow. Or if they have to have or you have to have an ally within 5 feet. Or maybe
you have to be hidden from them and then attack.
So if I'm able to stealthily make my way in there, can I get that? Can I have it?
It's going to be pretty difficult to find stealth in this. It is a well-lit. There's lots of torches all around. There's not much shadow to hide behind.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to boop at him with my crossbow. That's a technical term.
All right.
So Dierdre is going to pull out a bright silver crossbow, dainty, named Magnum. So let's boop a zombie. Try going for that headshot. That's the goal there.
Make it happen.
That's going to be a 25 to hit. I rolled 19.
That's going to hit.
Dope. And that's 7 damage.
7 damage. Great. A bolt goes flying across, lands in a zombie's head. It flails around, but is still standing.
Can I use my cunning action to hide real quick?
Yes. Cunning
Yes.
action to hide. That takes us to Igneous, the Phoenix-born.
All right, Will. Igneous strides forward, who is clad all in black with very dark skin and sort of a sunglass goggles over his eyes, which glow like little flames. If he doesn't have those on, is going to stride forward into the midst of the zombies and punch some of them, because he's a shadow monk.
Okay.
So he attacks primarily with a spear. So one attack with a spear, and then a nice punch or a kick to another zombie. First attack is 19.
Hits.
That's with his spear. Does 10 damage.
Wonderful.
Second attack is 26.
Hits.
That does 6 damage.
Holy moly. All right.
And he'll go ahead and open up with use a key point for flurry of blows. We'll just keep wailing on this first zombie until he goes down. Next attack is 12.
Hits.
That's 9 damage.
And with that, you
Tell me this.
You
Yeah.
block that in, and as you were expecting some resistance here, instead your hand just goes and punches a hole straight through this zombie, and it falls back down. It is donezo, so one is done.
Ew.
That is disgusting.
Tell me about it. It's all over my hand. One more attack. I'm going to kick another zombie.
Do it.
That's a 20.
That's going to hit.
And that'll do 6 damage.
All right. You land that. You've already taken one out, and now it takes us to Yenni's turn.
I'm gonna have to rage now.
Oh.
Woo!
And when I rage, as my first attack, I would like to perform a reckless attack, if that's all right with you.
Oh, yes.
So, when you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn. So, I've got a battle axe. Which zombo is probably closest to me?
One of them is closest to you. It looks like maybe at one point it was a some sort of like knight or king, but you don't know. Now it's just dead.
Yeah, you're dead, and I'll make you deader! Okay, so 21.
That's gonna hit.
All right. 14.
Damage.
14 damage, yep.
All right. Very good. You come up and make a huge slice in this zombie. And one of the arms flies off, and dried ash and sinew goes flying out from its where its arm once stood, and it goes, it's still standing. All right. And with that, Alistair, the guy who has brought you guys here and has traveled with you through this temple, he sees Yenni burst into a rage as he screams, and he goes, I'm going to like this guy. And he also goes, and rages himself and lifts up his battle axe and comes over to the zombie right next to Yenni where you were. And he brings that down and lands a giant blow, and it just slices it right in half. And he kind of looks at you and gives you a knowing wink. The necromancer Vilnius, he says, you've made a mistake coming here. And he lifts up his staff and he points it right at Aryx. With that staff pointed right at you, a black beam shoots out, and it's going to make a range spell attack on you. It's going to be 12 to hit you.
Versus my AC.
Yes, please.
That's going to miss. I got a 15.
All right, you dodge out of the way.
Looks like you missed.
Let's see. One of the zombies is going to attack our good friend Igneous and is going to miss. Another one is going to stumble forward to try and find Dierdre. Does not see them. Goes over to Yenni. That's another miss. And oh boy, I picked the right dice for you guys. Another one comes over and tries to grab onto Alistair, but is unable to, and he pushes him away and says, not this time. And Aryx, it is now your turn.
All right. How many zombies are left?
There are 5 left.
I'm actually going to go after... Aryx is going to go after the necromancer. I'm going to cast Hex on him.
Okay.
And then I will agonizing blast him.
Ooh, okay. Very good.
That's 5. 20 to hit.
That will hit.
8 damage. That's what it looks like when you don't miss.
He goes, ah, and he recoils back, tries to step behind a little bit to try and regroup and gather himself again. Alistair calls out, remember, don't kill him, leave him alive. And with that, it is now our friend Biscuit's turn.
He's going to say, let's see, I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. A bit of honeycomb just dripping. I'm going to snap this in half, and you just hold right there, okay? And he's going to point his finger at the necromancer, Villainous, and cast Suggestion.
Okay.
And he's going to tell him to stay right there and put everything down.
Do I have a save for that?
Wisdom saving throw.
16.
That unfortunately will succeed.
All right, so then no suggestion at all.
Well, tarnation. Gosh darn it, I thought that was going to work.
Villainous laughs in the background. All right, top of the order, back to Dierdre.
So we now have a couple people engaged in melee range with some of these zombies, correct? We've got
yeah.
Barbarian and our I don't know what the other one. A monk. So I now would like to get into, if I'm able, flanking position on one of these zombies that is presently engaged with one of my compatriots.
All right, the closest one to you is going to be Igneous.
Okay, so I will very deftly maneuver myself over to be flanking that zombie, and I want to wield my rapier, again, very bright silver rapier, and attack it.
Okay.
With advantage, because I am flanking.
Do it.
And ooh, a crit! Crit!
Yeah. First crit of season 4.
Yay! 15 damage plus my d6 for sneak attack. So I rolled a 1. So it's going to be 16 damage.
All right. So you roll up, and the zombie is trying to get a bearing on attacking Igneous here, and you just sneak out of nowhere, bam! And that zombie just disintegrates, falls apart. The different limbs are just now a mess on the floor, and another one is gone.
Great pains to maneuver myself to be out of the spray of any liquids or anything that is being expulsed from this zombie.
It's pretty dry, so it's more like a dust or a
make a bit of a
spore.
show of wiping my hands. Handled that for you.
And with that, it'll take us to Igneous's turn.
How far away are other zombies?
They're close and all around you.
All right, well, I guess I'll punch some of them. First, I'll tap with a spear. Gonna hear a lot of that, because monk. 18 to the first one.
Hits.
This would be 8 damage. Then I'll punch it. That's a 9 only. Let's experiment with what a zombie AC is. Survey says.
It hits.
Oh,
The 9 hits.
A 9 hits.
Free for all, everybody. That's 6 damage on that one.
So 6 plus 6 so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the heck? Let's flurry of blows some more. Seems like there's advantage in narrowing these guys down. So I'll do 2 more hits on that one. That's a 21 for 7 damage.
All right, and with that, boom, you hit this one in the head, and it just kind of, the skull just disintegrates into a fine dust.
Normal.
Whoever's next in line, I will unarmed strike for a 19 to hit.
Oh, that's going to hit.
And that's going to be 9 damage.
Oh, boy. So you just, boom, knock this one out. You see the other one kind of coming up behind you. It thinks it's going to, like, grab you. And you just, wachow, hit it right in the back of the chest. Or right in the chest. And it just also stumbles back and just falls down and explodes into a mess of dust and bones. So another one down at the hand of Igneous.
Keep it coming.
No, it is Yenni's turn. We're going to go to Yenni.
Yeah, is the zombie ID armed still around?
He is, yes.
Oh, well, let's keep it going. Ah! Oh, yeah, that's a 19.
It is going to hit.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. That's going to be 13 damage.
Wowzeroonie. With that, you slice down, and bam, you knock another one down, disintegrating it right before everybody's eyes. There's now one zombie. All right, anything else for your turn, Yenni?
No, that'll do it.
Just living his best zombie life, doing the zombie things,
and
dreaming his zombie dreams, hopes for the future.
Do zombies dream of zombie sheep? And he's going to lurch forward and try to attack our good friend Yenni, since he just did some damage, but misses and stumbles around, unable to have anything of value happen. And Vilnius, you guys see that he kind of crouches down, and you see just these three magic lights come out of nowhere, and they hit. They are going to hit our friend Igneous for 2, 4, 6 damage. So these magical missiles come flying out and hit our Igneous friend. Alistair is going to jump around, move past the zombie, try and come up on Vilnius, and you see he jumps on the big pile of loot that was there, and he sees Vilnius down below, and he says, "Give up now, you're surrounded." And Vilnius looks up, he says, "Never, I never will." And with that, he turns his axe sideways, and he swings it down and bops him on the head. And
Like
Vilnius
Bunny
goes,
Foo-Foo.
yeah, like Bunny Foo-Foo. And Vilnius goes, "Ow, gosh, what? You can't do that. Ow, come on, it's combat. I'll never talk anyway." And it is now Aryx's turn.
All right. How is Vilnius looking?
He's a little dazed and confused right now. So you think, based on what Alistair was doing, trying to do some some sort of like non-lethal damage might be at that phase.
Okay. I'm gonna do another agonizing blast.
Okay,
8 to hit.
that's gonna miss.
Yep.
All right,
That'll do my turn.
very good. All right, with that takes us to Biscuit.
Okay, see here. So hear me out. So what I really like is what you just did there with the whole missiles shooting out. Like, that was a real cool trick. So I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna shoot out some missiles and kind of got these darts of magical force, and they're gonna swing around them from the back and like hit him in the bum like an old cartoon and go bam, 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 like kind of knocking them off up in the air. And they're gonna do 7 force damage, like right on the tushy.
Right on the keister.
Keister.
They fly around. They hit Vilnius. He goes, "Ow, ow, God!" Oh, and he struggles to stand up, and he's kind of holding on his staff right now. And
It's gonna really hurt to walk tomorrow.
oh boy! And you see he's starting to kind of move his hands around. You see that he's trying to summon something. He's trying to whip up some sort of magic that he can. But Dierdre, it is now your turn.
I want to see if I can cut his hand off.
Wow.
All right.
I mean,
Hey, it's not fatal.
I suppose it's not.
I wanna Empire Strikes Back this. And,
Okay. All right. What weapon will you be attempting this with?
I have a rapier.
Okay, because that's more of a like pricking, stabbing type of thing than like a, a
I guess I
slicing,
need an
dicing.
axe, huh?
You need
A
something.
spoon, it'll hurt more.
I mean, I guess you could try and like perforate it, like if you stabbed it like a whole bunch of times in a
Jesus
row,
Christ.
and then
Exactly. Yeah. And then you tear along the dotted line.
I feel
you
like you're treating this as if it's a sewing needle, but it has like the edge of it is sharp. Like you might not be able to cut through the bone, but I feel like I could get at least a decent like slash, like a gash. How about a finger? Let's try for a finger. I want to try and take his fingers off.
Okay. You can roll.
Is this too dark? Is this too dark? Did we
No,
go
baby.
too dark?
This is great. Here's
Take his whole arm, darling.
Here's what I'd like to do. Go ahead and roll a d20, regular, just straight up d20, just to see whether you hit or not.
Wait, so I'm not making an attack. I'm just rolling a straight d20.
I'm sorry, roll your regular attack. Yeah, no advantage,
Okay.
no disadvantage yet.
I rolled a 19, so that's a 25.
That's gonna hit. Now let's see if you can have the precision to hit one of his fingers. I would like you to roll a d100.
Jeez.
89.
All right, like a shadow coming out of nowhere, you guys see this woman who seems so proper and fancy and clean and meticulous. You see her dodge and weave through piles and graves and big caskets. She comes up in the hand that Vilnius is barely holding on to his staff with. You see her stab forward with her rapier, and right where he's holding on, pinches his pinky finger right between that and the staff, and it goes flying off there, and Vilnius just goes "Ah!" and shrieks like that. He goes, "My finger!" With that, he collapses down to his knees and holds his hand in pain.
Say good luck growing that back.
As that happens, because that was such an amazing turn of events that I was not accounting for. The zombie.
No one expects the old finger execution.
Oh, God, that's a good place.
My campaign was built around that finger.
He needed all 10 fingers to finish the plot.
This is actually a prequel, and that is the finger that Lyra ends up with.
Ooh.
Ignacio.
And the zombie that several of you are facing off with, the last one, just falls over back dead. The life is gone from him. And with that, Alistair grabs Vilnius's head, and he kind of pulls him up, and he throws his staff down, and he says, "Now, you're going to tell me how you knew. How did you know about that meeting? Who ordered that attack? Who made that happen?" And Vilnius, he's holding his finger, just, I'll never talk. You can't make me. Alistair throws him down, and he takes his axe, and he holds it down at his throat, and he says, "You're going to tell me now, or I'm going to take your head off." And he finally goes, Fine. It was a man named Danbrecht. He's a knight of the realm. That's all I know. He told me a time and a place, and I executed it. Danbrecht.
Somebody wrote that down.
Do we know who that is?
None of you have heard that name. Alistair pushes down the axe and beheads Vilnius right there.
Oh.
And for a moment, the entire room is still. And Alistair says, "Good, one less necromancer."
Alistair, I thought we were going for more of a non-lethal approach here.
Yes, I did the whole thing with the pinky. Did anyone else see that?
I did. I was right
Yeah,
there.
that was real nice. That was real nice.
Impressive.
Thank you.
Very specific.
Listen, I know all of you were just adventurers, and you came with me on this quest not knowing what was going to happen and where it was going to end up. But this has all been a test. And clearly we have some strong fighters here. And some people who are more than what they seem. And he kind of looks at Dierdre. He says, "For generations, the Knights of the Realm have stood as a force of good and defenders of innocent. We owe fealty to no ruler. We seek no tribute of coin nor esteem. We pledge ourselves to the unconditional defense of the
Excuse
good
me.
and the
Excuse me.
Yes.
Is there going to be a test? Do we have to write this down?
Just
I'm not good
Let-
at memorizing.
I'm
Look,
quite
let-
good at memorizing.
let me.
Why
All
don't
right.
we listen to him, huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
We pledge ourselves to the unconditional defense of the good and the innocent on this day. On this
I
day,
don't have to think
five
about
knights.
poverty, do I?
5 knights have been nominated to join the order. You've been observed by a knight of the realm, that's me, to act in accordance with the rules of our credo. The knights are called on when good is needed and evil makes itself known. In order to be inducted to the Knights of the Realm, a candidate must be engaged in 3 acts of valor. Well, it's 1 act of valor now, and this has been your act of valor, so that's pretty great. I will speak for you for the intensive parts of these purposes. And so for each of you, upon your word and honor, do you each pledge yourself to the defense of the good and innocent people of these realms, to stand up when needed and place the well-being of others before your own at any cost?
Well, I suppose.
Is this like a pyramid thing where, like, we're going to have to go recruit our own people in order before we make any kind of a profit, and just sort of like trickles down until, like, exponentially it'd have to be the whole population? You know what I'm talking about?
No, this is a job where we pay you.
Oh, all right, sure.
I mean, is it like a full-time thing, or is this kind of like a side gig where we could do our own thing? Because I got things I got to accomplish kind of like for my own purposes.
You'll be working with me on missions of high importance to keep this realm safe and all realms safe.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess
you've heard of the Knights of the Realm, right? I mean, I don't have to.
It's just kind of an old wives' tale. I mean, I didn't think it was real. I thought it was something, you talk to the chickens about when they're about to, go back in the roost to get them to fall asleep. But I mean,
I haven't really heard of that, but I'm not from here, so.
It's the only reason that this realm has remained untouched by the forces of evil. It's because the knights here are the strongest. It's because the knights here are the best, and I'm asking you to join.
Wow. I mean, that sure looks good on the resume. Okay, I'm in.
All right, Biscuit, we got you. Igneous, Aryx.
Well, if you're looking for the best, got me.
Dierdre.
Well, I mean, so what's my out clause here? Because, I mean, this just seems like an awful lot of obligation.
It's the obligation to serve the realms and to challenge yourself. And you stick with me, and I'll show you things in this world you never thought possible.
Suppose you don't have any other plans. All right, I'm in. Let's go.
And Yenni, I can tell you're
Yenni.
made for this.
Yenni looks up from the finger she's been looking at. What? Yeah? Huh?
Yenni, look.
Yeah? No, I can't read. Explain it simple. What?
Fight bad guys. Be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Then let us rise together as knights of the realms. And he goes to each of you and does the forearm handshake. And as you open, you each see that you have the symbol of the Knights of the Realm. And he does that.
That is a nice trick.
Yes, it is the way in which we identify each other. Now,
Would this be like on top of my fur, or how would that look?
it changes the coloration, like it's a patch or something.
Got it.
Branded.
Well,
Like the cattle. Like livestock.
No, it's more one of those like mystical tattoos, like only us can
I
see.
have an impeccable skin quality here, and
Well, you did.
no, he says, watch this. And he goes, we can hide them from each other. Take your palm and hold it towards you, and then swipe it down like this. And that will make it disappear to other knights. You can control whether it's visible or not to other knights.
oh, thank God.
See?
Aryx is just going to flicker that on and off.
I'm sorry, it was just it threw off my whole aesthetic. I have a look here.
Let's go, since we have a moment, let's have everybody describe themselves, starting with Alistair Slate, who is a dragonborn man who's very tall and brutish, and he has a giant axe with him, and he looks like his scales have a sort of green perplexion to them.
So Dierdre is a high elf rogue thief, although she might not openly admit that. You would notice that she wears very elegant, obviously well-made, tailored clothing. She has a dark leather studded chest piece and a cloak that is crushed red velvet on the outside, like kind of a crimson, and very polished with pale skin and dark hair that is braided. And she has a bright silver rapier that she wears on her waist and a bright silver, elegantly inlaid crossbow that she keeps slung on her back. It is a small, light crossbow that comes with her on her person.
Igneous is a male phoenix-born, which we're taking from the Arcanist Pressed More Ancestries and Cultures supplement.
Ooh.
As a phoenix-born, Igneous in particular, has very, very dark skin, kind of the quality of burnt wood. And when not wearing his dark goggles, his eyes glow like torches in the darkness. He wears a black cloak and usually pulls it up over his head because as a shadow monk, he does a lot of sneaking in the darkness. But if he pulls his cloak back, he has a feathery crest on top and back of his head made up of bright yellow and orange, red, yellow, and orange feathers. And having traveled with him a little bit, you probably all know he was a member of the army that came over from the Fire Realm, and he was out scouting and was left behind when that army was defeated in Respite. So he's been just sort of making his way around the realms. He's made his way towards the more deserty areas because he thought he'd fit in a little better there, because most people have not seen folks like him, and if they have any notion of who folks like him are, they're not super welcoming.
Do you have bird legs?
Nope. Regular humanoid monk legs.
Got
So
it.
it's just the feathers on your forehead and crazy eyes.
The flamey eyes and the feathers, yes.
Is it like a mohawk crest or
Yeah.
more of like mohawk?
Mm-hmm. Kind of down
When you get
from the top of
surprised-
his head down the back of his neck.
When you get surprised, do you kind of like screech like a bird, like "Ah!"
You've never seen him surprised.
Challenge accepted.
And now Yenni.
Yenni is a halfling. She wears a studded leather armor, but doesn't have any armor on her arms, just for extra mobility. She wears her black hair up on a braid. She has deep green eyes and has a very aggressive demeanor and face to her. She also does not wear shoes. Raised by orcs, so technically a halfling, but culturally orcish. So very much used to violence and blood, and really enjoys being a barbarian.
Oh my god, we need to meet. We need her to meet Gravely.
All right, Aryx.
Aryx Climeclaw is a tabaxi, so cat person. He's 6.5 feet tall, bright green eyes, black fur with dark gray spots. He's got like studded leather armor on and a nice cloak of elven kind now. Thank you very much. He is a roguelock. And yeah, a roguelock. He's a rogue and he's got warlock spells. He can do
I see.
sort of a little bit of both.
Got it.
And Biscuit.
Biscuit is a male gnome. He is a round of face. He's got kind of like very short hair on the sides with kind of like this little pompadour floof on the top of his head that's bright red. He's wearing kind of like these overall kind of deals with big old boots and a big kind of satchel and a high collar kind of turned up. And he just got a big old smile on his face, and he's kind of pale skinned, couple freckles. That's Biscuit. People just call him Biz.
What's his class?
Oh, I'm a wizard.
Who's going to spend this giant pile of gold here? Grab yourself some. We've earned it.
Oh, that's mighty nice. I can buy a lot of supplies and paper and components with that.
How much do we get?
There is such a large pile of gold coins and silver and copper that it is as much as you are willing to carry.
I cannot carry that much because I am a small being.
Alistair sees you guys like looking over, trying to figure out how to carry this all, and he says, "Guys, take what you want, but there's plenty more where this comes from. I'll buy you whatever you need
All right.
when we get back into Caster City."
I'm still going to take 1,000
This,
there.
and he says, "Ooh, this is the good stuff." And he moves one of the big heavy tops, the stone tops, and he kind of moves what are those called? Of a tomb. He moves it over and he reaches in and he pulls out some bracers. He shakes out the arms that are in it. He says, "These are magical. These are good right here." And he goes to some other ones and he looks at a sword he says, I bet this is pretty good too. And so he kind of collects a whole bunch of items and says, this is the stuff you guys want. Don't mess around with that gold stuff. This is where the real value is.
All right, show me what I can use.
Can I look around to see if there's any like wands or magical items like that I might be able to use, like on the dead guy, the necromancer?
Yep. So you go over and you take a look. You see that his staff is right there, and that is a necromantic staff. You'd have to identify to see what kind of spell it is like attached to it, but it is probably a necromantic spell. So if that's into what you're
I'll cast
into,
Identify, and I'll spend some time like studying it and seeing if that's something I might want to take a gander at. Will.
Okay. Then it has 3 times per day. It has Ray of Enfeeblement, and then once per day it has Ray of Sickness.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave that right there. It's not really my thing. So
Alistair kind of picks it up and he says, I could probably trade this for something.
Are there any other? Can I take a moment and dig through that pile and see about any other items?
Sure. Of the things that Alistair kind of pulls and like you guys find, there's a very nice set of bracers. There's a very nice long sword. There's a beautiful chain shirt. There's a fancy looking cloak. There's a nice looking ring, a wonderful piece of plate mail armor, and a necklace.
sure, I'll just take some time and I mean I got a ritual spell, for Identify, so I can do that.
Can you identify this pinky?
That's just a finger. That's a
sure?
finger. It's not really going to do much for you, except
sure?
maybe on the black market where people are buying fingers from necromancers. What's the ring and what's the
bracers and the cloak.
the bracers and the cloak?
And the necklace.
So the ring is a ring of protection, so +1 to AC. The necklace is a necklace of feather fall. And what was the other thing?
The cloak.
Let's call it a cloak of elvenkind, yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but I can't wear armor, so that ring is looking mighty tempting. I mean, that'd be right up my alley. But this is this cloak here is a sneaky cloak. It's made by real fine elven fabric, and bracers are archery. So and y'all got that bow and arrow thing, or you with the crossbow thing. That might be, yeah. So Biscuit throws Aryx the cloak. I mean, what do you say, darling? Can I keep this ring?
I mean, I suppose you probably need it more than I do. With braces of archery, though, I'm afraid I tend to favor the crossbow. So I don't think they work on that, right?
I don't rightly know, but we could bend the rules and say that it does.
Yay.
All right.
Bracers of shooty bang bangs.
Yay! Bracers of shooty bang bangs.
What else was there?
There was a chain shirt and a piece of plate mail armor.
No, I can't wear any of this. Any of you wear armor?
Oh, I could take the chain shirt. I could take that chain shirt. I like chains.
All right, you got yourself a chain shirt.
Igneous doesn't have anything and can't wear plate mail and already has slow fall, but if nobody takes magic stuff, he'll just lug it around and try to trade it for something later, probably.
Okay, so you want to take that plate mail and try and hawk it later?
In a big hole over my back, sure.
I'll hang on to that the necklace if nobody else wants it.
All right. Hello, listeners of the Roll Table. This is Jeff, your DM for Season 4. That's right. Oh my gosh, they've let me have the reins of this thing. I'm terrified, but also excited. I'm just so happy to be doing this with this amazing group of people. I'm happy that you're listening as well. The best way to support us is to leave a rating and a review on whatever podcast service you are listening with right now. It only takes a minute and you don't even have to write something. Just a rating is appreciated. We need those 5-star ratings. We need you to rate and review. Both rate and review, okay? You can visit our Instagram and Twitter at Rolled Table. That's it, just at Rolled Table. And use the hashtag Rolled Table to help us get the word out about the show. In fact, if you use the hashtag, I will give you a shout out in the announcements. That's going to come I will shout out to you your name here on the podcast. Hey, we got a Discord server too. Come on by. It's a lot of fun. We Discord, we that cord, we got all sorts of cords. You could ask questions about what we do. We have amazing artwork that gets shown. We can discuss our favorite moments. I have a whole channel where I have tips on making pizza that you can go back and look through. I'm happy to discuss making pizza and that kind of thing. Search for Knights of the Roll Table on the Discord or click on the link in our show notes. Some of the combat music featured in this episode was created by Weston Gardner. You know him, Coach from Season 1. It can be found on his Patreon. That's Arcane Anthems. There's some great royalty-free original compositions that you can download right now. Check it out. The link, Arcane Anthems, also in that show notes. We love Weston. We love what he does. We love the music that he brings. Also, follow this guy on TikTok because he's blowing up. All of the art for our characters and maps are illustrated by our very own Chris Daly. You hear his voice in this podcast, who also has a Patreon, and that's Dungeon Heads. So if you want to support him, you can check out his gallery of character art, download some for free. Check out Dungeon Heads on Patreon. Follow his art at Dungeon Heads on Twitter and the Instagrams. If you've got questions, you want to talk to us, you want to tell me something, you want to tell the whole cast something, we'd love to hear what you have to say. We're so glad that you're listening to our podcast. We want to hear from you. It's knightsoftherolledtable@gmail.com. Look, we know we are not the only D&D actual play podcast out there, and we love that you're listening. I'm so glad that you're listening, giving us a chance, and we hope you're having fun. We have a lot of fun making this show, and we hope that you are following along and having a great time with us. Now, I'm so happy to say this. I get to live this dream after our amazing DM, Zach and Chris. Now I get to say it. Now, go out, but stay in, and make life an adventure. Meanwhile, far from the lush jungles of Castor lies the dry and barren realm of Red Basin. Untouched by the great turmoil, there is little to gain for an advancing army, save for a few nomadic villages, opal mines, and sandworm silkers. With no major monarchs or governments, the realm of Red Basin is a catch-all for deserters, exiles, and fugitives. It is here where we rejoin our heroes Jerik, Sarsa, and Branch. After securing a victory in Poplona, doing some shenanigans with a father figure, they were swept up in the need to help. They were summoned by Cavan himself with a greater task to find an elder knight named Remy Valiant, hero of the Battle of Cornerstep nearly 30 years ago. Since meeting Remy, they have struck out east and began to cross the dry plains of Red Basin in search of 2 heroes to be recruited for the cause. Now, in the isolation of nothingness, the veteran fighter Remy breaks his stare from the wavy horizon just as the day breaks noon. Sure is hot out here.
Are we there yet?
Jerik, you keep asking that, and the answer's not going to change right in just... You asked that 10 minutes ago, alright?
There's nothing on the horizon in any direction. How do we even know where we're going?
Stars?
I don't think there's any stars out in the middle of the day.
There is a one star. It is the big one.
Thanks, Branch.
Have a point.
Let's just go towards the not hot. Can we go towards not hot?
You guys look, and across the plains, across over a few bushes and cactuses, you see that it looks like maybe there's some sort of grove of a palm tree that you kind of see further off in the distance. And Remy kind of points out there. He says, "We could take rest in the shade ahead."
Yes, please.
All right. Although, to be honest, Jerik, that tan is looking real good on you.
You think?
Apparently, you stay out too long, you might get a dark as me.
I'm trying to keep it even, not get too many lines.
sometime after the end of season 3, like in the kind of like rebuilding of Giacca and all that, Cavan actually came to the area and kind of united up with the different characters that we had left. And between them, Jerik and Sarsa and Branch, he kind of pulled you guys aside and introduced you to Remy, who's kind of an older human man, but kind of has the physique of like an old like football coach. Like he kind of looks like at one time he was probably a really scary guy, but now he's kind of a little slowing down a little bit, but he might be able to still whoop somebody's butt if he needs to. He's kind of a known war hero, fighting in the Battle of Cornerstep a really long time ago, which was kind of this big deal. He was a hero. He probably has a statue in some place, continuing the tradition of having statues of people in our stories.
It doesn't always work out great.
Well, I guess we'll see. And he kind of puts you under his guidance, and has just, you guys have known you've been traveling to kind of find these two other people.
I'm just gonna announce that Gravely and Maya would have inducted Branch.
Oh, I am a knight now. Yay.
And so far, it's been travel for you guys. Remy says to you guys, do you
want us to roll for gathering supplies, or
not?
How much water did we bring?
You have some large backpacks. You're feeling pretty confident. Remy's always been able to kind of either find a hookup, or he kind of knows somebody, or he seemed to have some sort of big plan that he just kind of quietly looks at his map, looks in his journal, and then kind of says, okay, right over here. And then things are ready for him, either somebody to meet or somebody to help you guys out. You've met dozens and dozens of other knights as you've been traveling that have kind of helped you out along the way. And Remy says to you guys, we're looking for a human, and we're looking for some sort of construct.
It's not a bird, is it?
I hope not.
I miss that bird. We haven't had the best history with constructs and built armies. Are we? This is like a good construct or a bad construct that we're looking for?
Good. We're hoping that they can join us.
Oh, okay.
And as you guys are going, go ahead and roll a perception check.
18.
15.
7. Despite my +5.
Okay, so there's a Gila monster that Branch sees and is kind of distracted by.
Hello, little lizard.
Jerik and Sarsa, you guys, as you guys are kind of looking ahead, thinking about if there's an oasis up ahead, if there's some sort of pool of water, you actually begin to kind of hear some splashing, and you hear some kind of some yelling, and you hear some something's kind of going on. You hear some voices kind of shouting up ahead.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, sounds like either a party or someone's in trouble. But either way, I imagine we're going to go check it out, aren't we?
Probably.
The lizard, his name is Larry. He says it is very hot.
Quiet, Branch. Hold on.
Smart lizard.
All right. Weapons drawn. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's sneak up.
Okay.
And Remy kind of leads forward and kind of crouches down, and you guys make your way up. Go ahead and roll a stealth check with Remy if you choose to be quiet.
I rolled a crit.
That was a 3.
Well, I rolled a 23.
I got a 15.
All right, so you guys are coming up, and as you're getting closer, Remy, he's really having trouble. He trips a couple times. He kind of is a little slower getting up. There's kind of an edge of sort of a dune, slopes down real slow, and you see that, in fact, there is this sort of pond oasis, this lush, watery area with a bunch of grass around it. You see there's a couple of palm trees giving some shade, but right in the middle of it, you see that there is a human rogue and this contraptuous machine, and they are both tied up. Tying them up are these two large goblin-looking guys, and they've got they've got their weapons out there, tying them up. They say, yeah, give us all your gold. Give us everything you got. Deleth and Carver, you guys are being tied up and held right now by these goblins.
Well, this is the second most embarrassing time I've been tied up.
Branch is gonna whisper to Jerik and Sarsa and Remy. Great. More of my people. Branch can go talk if you want.
Well, I imagine we'll probably be getting involved in some manner or another anyways, but if you want to go try and make nicey, Jerik and I will be back here with our weapons ready to go.
How many goblins did you say there were? Or goblin-like things did you say there were?
2.
Can we determine if they're actual goblins, especially since Branch is one? Do we have any more knowledge about?
Looks kind of like generally like the shape of Branch. It's a very branch-like shape. So that's kind of why it kind of struck you as goblin-esque.
All right. Well, Branch will go up and be like, hello, fellow goblins.
Who's there? Oh.
Are we eating these humans?
Oh. Well, we could eat the human for sure, but this one we might have to scrap for parts or something. Yeah, we might have to scrap him for parts. Hey, you don't look like us. You look a little greener.
I am from a forest far away. Perhaps I am ill from the desert.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's your name?
I am a branch from the smallest tree in the forest. You can call me Branch.
Oh, good to meet you, Branch. My name is Biggest Rock in the middle of the dune. And this over here. This is Barry. Hey, I'm Barry.
Rock and Barry, got it. Hello, Rock. Hello, Barry. It is good to meet you. Why are you here?
Jerik's gonna cast Disguise Self with his Eldritch Invocation and walk out as another goblin.
Oh,
boy.
They see him coming out. Hey, who's this? Who's this?
Hey, I am a twig from a tree that is long. Pleased to meet you.
Branch does that like facepalm thing. Twig is my Branch's cousin.
Twig?
I too like to eat humans.
Humans.
All
It's
right.
pronounced human.
Humans.
Well, I guess we each have to have a quarter human instead of half human, huh? Ain't that right, Barry? Yeah, that's right, boss. Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, I guess you guys are good with us. Well, do you want to start a fire and cook them, or you just want to eat them raw? Remy says to Sarsa, is this something that he normally does?
I mean, listen, I've been traveling with Jerik for a long time, and I mean, he's wonderful, but also he does really stupid things sometimes. But he's so cute doing it, I just let him do it. Just be ready to go.
He's giving up a tactical advantage. I'm going to sneak around to the side. If something happens, you flank from this side. I'll get back where the sun is setting on the horizon here.
Oh, if something happens, I won't need to flank. I've got this. He's touring nothing.
Okay, and he kind of...
Hey, where did you two find these human and part thing? Because maybe there's more we could get and eat.
Metal human.
Well, one was sleeping here, and the other one we've been dragging...
In the water?
No, not in the water, but in a tent over here.
Oh, okay.
We knocked that down and jumped him and tied him up.
Did he rust? I did not know metal humans slept. Oh, the other one was asleep.
Yes, the one we're going to eat was sleeping here. The other one we found a little bit ago and been dragging him through the desert. So he's got a little shiny spot on him. Hey, show him your shiny spot.
The shiny spot is behind my head. I don't think I can... Well, let me try.
And he rotates.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
wow.
It is kind of shiny.
Very shiny.
We figure if we drag him through the desert a bit more, he'll be worth more because he'll be really shiny.
Branch thinks that maybe a fire would be good. Perhaps you could help Branch make fire over here while Twig keeps an eye on the humans, yes?
Wait, you come out of nowhere and you want to keep an eye on our human? I don't think so. We don't trust you yet. Yeah, we don't trust you. Shut up, Barry. I got this. Now look, you build the fire, and we'll carve up the human. Okay?
Am I close enough to the human and the construct to reach them?
They're kind of standing in between you and them, so you would have to get on the other side. Yeah, they're like directly behind.
All right, I'm gonna say, "Hey, you smell that?
They go.
Something smells weird with them. Let me smell it. I got a good nose.
Oh, I smell. Yes, Twig is best nose. Twig, you go look.
Let me check that up." And I'm kind of nudge past them to smell the human.
They draw their swords and they say, "Hey, you still
Hey.
So I see them draw their swords, and I want to dash out into the center of where they are gathered and cast Spirit Guardians as a level 4 spell to target them.
Okay.
And
All right, so they see you kind of coming down, and they look at you two, and they say, "Hey, wait a minute, it's a stick up!" And they're gonna really quickly try and swing at Jerik. So the first one, an 18 to hit Jerik.
Miss.
Oh boy! So the other one is definitely gonna miss, and they go.
They probably, although they hit it, I'm at the illusion of a goblin, and Jerik is bigger than that, and also wearing armor, so they probably hit metal before they actually hit the image of the goblin.
All right, and with that, your kind of image like the hologram, like I don't know, glitches out or something. And the good news is they both failed their wisdom save. So go ahead and roll your insane amount of damage there on your guardian spirit.
they're both going to take 20 damage.
Jeez.
Okay, well,
That's necrotic damage.
all right, wonderful. So is this the one that like it's stingrays that swirl around?
Yeah, she's got stingrays. So basically a bunch of like pale shimmery stingrays start swirling almost like a slow hurricane around her.
All right. They're like, "Oh, we're getting beat up by flat bats. What are these flat bats here? Oh, flat bats. I've never seen a bat like this." And with that, everybody roll initiative.
17.
I got me a 22.
1.
18.
20.
Okay, so then it is going to be Branch's turn.
Branch will. So they got hit very recently by flat bats, yes?
Yes, they got hit by the flat bats, and they are very, very bruised up, very hurt.
Cool. I will just. I'm going to hit him with the Thorn Whip. I'll go after Barry.
Okay,
Wow. 19 to hit.
that's going to hit.
7 damage.
All right, Barry is not looking great. With that, it is now Deleth's turn.
All right. Well, I'm all tied up. Could I try maybe some sleight of hand to see if I can start wriggling out?
Yes.
Oh, that's 23, baby.
Okay. With the distraction going on there, you're able to kind of shimmy your shoulders back and forth. You get a hand over to where the knot was. You just gently pull the pieces of the knot, and the rope loosens enough that you're actually able to escape. You're able to get out of that rope.
And thank you.
You can take any additional action, but you don't have your stuff. Desert goblins took your stuff.
Could I untie my also unwilling companion?
Sure. Yeah, I'll let you go ahead and do that. So you'll use your action. You're able to get free, and you're able to get your companion free.
And I might as well keep this rope. And I stuff it in my pocket or wherever.
Okay, great. That's going to take us now to Carver. So you have just been freed from the human.
Thank you, Deleth. That was...
Was it Dulles?
It-
Like the airport?
Yes, exactly like the airport.
Okay.
Smells the same.
I love Die Hard too. It's really great. All right. So
Thank you, Deleth. That was that is very nice of you. So let me return the favor in kind.
and I will open up a compartment from my shoulder area, and a mechanical cannon raises up and kind of points at him, and it shoots out a construct blowfish, which attaches and inflates and this little blowfish kind of balloon inflates and kind of integrates into your bloodstream, and you enlarge to twice your size.
That's amazing.
Well,
Everything you wear and carry changes in size with it.
Did your friend just shoot you with a fish?
it's a blowfish to be exact, but yes.
That makes it normal.
And Carver will stand up and kind of stand up to a full height and take us. He's 6'4", and kind of a dark gray metal and wood construct with yellow eyes, these round yellow eyes, and he's just kind of taking a look at everything around and these new people that have come up. It's like,
Well, thank you for trying to provide a distraction. We are in need of assistance taking these goblins because they took us.
All right, and it is Sarsa's turn.
We'll be more than happy to help you out once my turn in initiative eventually rolls around after everybody else.
All right, it is Sarsa's turn.
So I'm gonna hold concentration on that, and I'm gonna guiding bolt on I guess Barry.
Okay.
All right, so 13 to hit. Does that hit?
That will hit.
So he takes 17 radiant damage.
Ooh, so with that, Barry batting these things away, this radiant bright light comes and he goes, "Wah!" And he flies back and falls down to the ground. Barry is no longer in the battle. Out of nowhere, you guys see Remy come with his long sword out and comes up to the attacking to the goblin, and he swings his sword as if it's very comfortable, holds it over his head, throws it down, but the biggest rock in the sand dune steps out of the way, and the attack misses there. You see Remy real quick kind of use that, and in a moment sweeps his leg down. You haven't seen him move this fast, but he sweeps his leg and he trips the goblin, and he falls back onto his back right into the sand there. And with that, it will now be biggest rock in the sand dune's turn, so he'll first take that damage, I suppose. Yeah,
So he has to make a wisdom save again.
okay. That's going to be a 9.
That's not enough.
Okay, deal it out.
So gonna take 15 damage.
All right, down on the ground there, he tries to fight against the flat bats there, but they keep swimming against flat bats.
Is he dead? Branch is gonna poke him with his quarterstaff just to see if he's like
He
alive.
spits out a bunch of blood. Closes his eyes and he rolls back and looks peaceful.
So, hello. Hello there, person that was tied up and in a right mess.
Remy takes a breath and he says, you must be WF61119.
Yes, that is correct. That is my designation.
He takes out a scroll and Remy kind of looks at it and he says, I don't think I have the numbers right, but you must be Deleth?
Yeah, that's right. I'm usually smaller than this, but yeah, this is me.
Oh, let me take care of that.
and the blowfish reduces, goes, and Deleth gets smaller, and the blowfish just goes.
Well, that's an odd feeling. All right.
Sorry, I thought there would be more use for that.
Well, I guess I should have everybody meet. These are our new traveling companions.
Hello, I am a branch from the smallest tree in the forest. You may call me Branch, please. Thank you, humans.
I'm Jerik. I would have eventually been like really impressive in that battle.
Oh, Jerik, there you are. Where were you hiding?
I was here. I was disguised, so you might not have noticed it, but
It was very convincing. I thought you perhaps were a ally of the goblins because you look like a goblin.
Exactly. He gets it. I was good, and I was gonna help. Yep.
Branch is a goblin, but Branch was not a ally of those dead goblins.
Right. And my name is Sarsa Demisalt, but you can just call me Sarsa.
Got it. So we got a knight, real goblin, fake goblin, and Sarsa. All right.
Yes, I am oftenly referred to as Carver because it is a name that is on my shoulder.
Is the name on your shoulder because your name is Carver, or?
It has always been there. It is what you would refer to as nickname.
Oh, well.
His full name is Carver Carving Rodriguez.
My full designation is WF61119.
Carver,
You
that
may
makes
call me
sense.
Carver.
Right. Well, pleased to meet you,
I
Carver.
also carve
Okay.
small woodland animals. If you would like, I
So,
can carve you one.
It's appropriate.
Things that you can choose from are badger,
Okay.
wombat,
We could
snake,
talk about
deer,
that later.
rabbit,
No.
squirrel, weasel.
I'll take one of those puffer fish that you had, because I got big one time and I really liked
A
it.
pufferfish, of course.
And he pulls out this long, like knife, kind of like a chef's knife, and takes out a block of wood, kind of opens up from an arm cavity and goes, and he goes, he kind of just starts whittling. It's kind of a very fast, like almost fast forward double speed, and just.
Well, I suppose that these are what we were looking for. Is that right, Remy?
That's right. We're going to be traveling together for some time. I suppose that's all right with you two, unless you would like us to leave you to the perils of the desert.
Here is your blowfish.
Ooh,
Wow.
wow.
And you see this small, wooden, intricately carved blowfish.
Right.
And Remy says, we'll stay here for the night. We'll need to rest up. We're going to start very early in the morning. I'm going to stake a perimeter. You all get acquainted.
Do we know Remy? Does Carver and Deleth know?
You have not seen him before.
Deleth's a little suspicious. He's like, yeah, interesting that you should happen to run to the exact two people you were looking for at exactly the same time in a place where you could rescue us in a way that makes you look, let's say, charitably heroic.
Listen, we don't need charity to be heroic, all right? We've been doing it for a long time. Jerik and I, we saved a queen once.
Hey, is anybody going to loot these goblin bodies?
We should bury Rock and...
Yeah, that's what I meant.
bury. Yes. You may take their things. Goblins in death, we do not care.
Oh, cool.
Things.
Well, I suppose that I can go with you until I find a suitable place to set up my occupation again, because my last place is no longer in operation.
Well, very good. We'll be glad to have you. And with that, he kind of walks off as he kind of cleans off his sword and sticks it back into its scabbard. And Jerik and Branch and Sarsa, you're very used to this, but he has this sort of very much like he has 100 things going on, and whatever the thing that's happening in the moment is, he's thinking about what the next 3, 4, 5 moments could possibly entail. You begin to set up camp, you bury the bodies, and the sun begins to set over the sand dunes. And
Did Jerik find anything in the bodies?
you find some rusty old swords, a couple of pieces of copper, and some little pieces of dried meat and dried up vegetables, but nothing of value.
Do you all have anything to eat? Stuff? You got all your supplies here?
Carver has this kind of pouch, sort of like a backpack pouch, but it just kind of he lifts it over his head and puts it on his back, and it sort of kind of clamps on. And out of it, he pulls an assortment of meats and cheeses and breads, and he takes his chef's knife, and a little tray pops out of his chest, and he starts just and chopping it up, and then another compartment opens up underneath, kind of where his abs are, and it's this little kiln, this little like stone Dutch oven, and he starts putting stuff in and toasting it, and he makes a little like charcuterie board meal for everybody.
Wow.
Carlos, roll a perception check.
All right. And is this passive perception?
No, it's aggressive perception.
Oh, okay then. Then that will be a 16.
All right. As everybody's kind of talking, getting to know each other, you actually kind of over the hill a little bit back where these new friends of yours had come, you see this kind of bluish kind of glow kind of hitting part of the dunes there.
Did you have some friends coming behind you?
You look around, you don't see Remy anywhere.
Okay.
Not on purpose.
Do we know where your friend Remy went?
Sometimes he just disappears like that. I imagine he's taking care of himself or something.
Does he ever disappear and say, just for instance, just as a hypothetical, start glowing blue for any particular reason?
Not that we've noticed.
Why would he glow blue?
As you're still looking at it, the light dims and goes out.
Ah, well, never mind then.
And a few moments later, sure enough, over the hill, Remy walks up and over and then back down and just quietly sits in the periphery around all of you and kind of begins eating and looking at you all.
How's it going, Remy?
Things are fine. We'll be safe here tonight.
Oh, nothing. Just curious if you know anything about that blue light we just saw coming up over the hill.
I didn't see any blue light.
Perhaps that is because you were the blue light? Is that possible?
It's possible.
I have ear for deceit, so can I go ahead and check if he's lying?
Yeah.
Your ear's gonna explode. He's lying so hard.
Oh, that's a 19, baby.
Yeah, you think he's lying.
Okay. Remy, if we're to trust each other and follow you along to wherever it is that you want to take us, why start off things on the wrong foot?
Deleth, my inquisitor friend, there are things at play right now that are very complicated, and I need to make sure that all of the pieces on the chessboard are in the right position before we begin.
Well, that's all you needed to say. If we're on a chessboard, then yes, that makes complete sense.
I think we're actually in a desert. I could probably whittle some chess pieces if we would like to play a game.
Nope, that's probably fine. So what brings you two out to Red Basin? What are you doing out here in the middle of the desert?
Well, we did get dragged out here. I think that sort of explains that.
I mean, previous to that.
Oh, yes. Let's just say I had business nearby.
I was in a shop that sells toys to young children of the community that I was in. I was in charge of making them and constructing them.
Cool.
I've done that for the past 5 years, and previous to that, I have no memory.
You don't remember anything before that?
Correct.
Do you think you're supposed to remember before that? Like, was that when you were created, or your memory was removed or something?
Jerik, I think the point of I don't remember means he doesn't remember.
Well, you might suspect.
My creation date is before.
See, his creation date is before, so he knows something about that. Maybe it's a mystery we could assist with. I don't know. Just making conversation here. Why don't you make a little conversation, Sarsa? Not about creme brulee.
I don't know. Not everything has to be a mystery.
It's nice. It does sound nice. Look, hey, look at this. Look what I learned to do. And Jerik pulls out a little tattered journal out of his pocket and kind of reads it and mutters to himself a little bit, and then he uses the cantrip Mold Earth to build a little sandcastle next to them. Huh? Look at that. That's not falling over.
Practicing that one for a while. You best, show me like
That is a nice trick.
It's quite impressive.
I would caution against trying to sleep in there.
The other thing that I had when I was awoken was my friend Chisel. I have not introduced. And out of this little compartment in his kind of where his chest is, where his heart would be, it opens up, and this little hummingbird construct, flies out, and it's about a couple of inches like a hummingbird, and it just starts fluttering around in front of all of you, like, zip, 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 and kind of takes you in, and then it lands on his shoulder. This is Chisel.
Well, if we're done with the parlor tricks, I'm going to head to bed. I suggest that we take shifts.
I will be obliged to take the first watch. I only need 6 hours rest, and I rested before, so I can stay up.
Very well. Good night to you all. And he heads over and he begins setting up his tent and doffing his armor and lying down for the night. And with that, the moon begins to rise, casting a pale white light over the empty desert as this new adventure begins. End of chapter 1.